Hello, I'm Armin Budish. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, we'll check up on a brand new health center that's just around the corner. Then, what's most important when you retire? We'll work to give you the right answers. We'll salute ways to get a star-spangled smile. Plus, we'll light the torch for the upcoming Senior Olympics held right here in our hometown. And a little-known strategy to get emergency cash.
It's time to get G-Oing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. Wouldn't it be great to have health care right in your own community? You know, one place in your own neighborhood where you could get almost any type of medical appointment, a CAT scan, a stress test, or even a regular checkup with your doctor. Metro Health thinks that's a great idea, too. And that's why they're opening up a new family health center in Middleburg Heights. Dr. Bill Lewis is here to give us a peek into this health haven. Dr. Lewis is the Chief of Clinical Cardiology at the Metro Health Heart and Vascular Center. Thanks for joining us today, Doctor.
Good morning. Very nice to see you.
Metro already has a great health center in Strongsville, for example. Why open another one?
Well, we have about 9,000 square feet in Strongsville, and we're going to increase that to about 57,000 square feet of medical care in Middleburg Heights. It's in a beautiful location at Pearl Road and I-71, and a very nice, beautiful new building.
Great. And that's well located, and I think we have a picture of it here. Beautiful. State of the art, huh?
It is.
You must be excited.
We're very excited. It's really a fun adventure.
Why go to a health center like this instead of to like the main hospital?
Oh, because really, if you're a patient, you want to have most of your medical care done in your community, and we really think that's the wave of the future in medical care. So about 90% of what we do actually can be taken care of in a community so that you don't have to drive into a more central location.
Do we sacrifice anything in terms of quality by going to someplace outside of the main hospital?
Oh, no, I don't. Not at all. Anything that really needs to go to a main hospital, we certainly have the ability to provide that kind of care. But most of the stuff that you come to a hospital at now is just stuff that could be done in the community. Stress tests, CAT scans, MRIs, visits with physicians. Most of your eye work and those kinds of things can be done really in the community.
And I saw a list of specialties that you can serve there. I mean, it's like unlimited.
It is. We have nearly every specialty represented. It's in the Middleburg Heights facility. It's going to be really a tremendous place.
Now, there's also something called an express care program there. What's that?
So if you need to have something done a little quicker than you would a normal physician office, you can go into express care and have it taken care of immediately. And again, the location is really very key. It's right in a very convenient location right off the highway.
So let me give you an example. Let's say I trip and fall on the sidewalk, and I don't know if my arm is broken or something. Do I have to go to the main hospital? Can I just go to the express care? Can I?
No,
where do I go?
You can go to an express care location for most injuries like that. You're just going to go in. You'll get your X-ray. You'll be evaluated very quickly, and you can walk out with appropriate treatment.
Tell us about the design of the new building.
Oh well, we went through a lot of thinking about making the design of this building. The building has the colors of Cleveland. We are Cleveland's hospital. We've been here for 176 years. And so those colors really represent the colors of Cleveland. The glass represents the transparency for which we represent as a county institution.
The electronics in it, I'm told, are unbelievable. How does that benefit us?
So one of the things you don't want to do if you go to a health center is you don't want to wait. So we have waiting rooms, but we don't want you sitting in those waiting rooms. We want you to move through the system very quickly. We want the communication between nurses and physicians to be really state-of-the-art and very quick to make sure that we can get patients taken care of in a one-stop shopping approach.
And there's an opportunity for our viewers to come out and actually see it.
Yes.
When is that?
So that's going to be on July 13th. And then we're going to be open for business and taking care of patients on July the 15th. But come down on July the 13th and
which is next Saturday.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's going to be like a little party. I mean,
yeah, well, we're going to have fun. It's a nice community event. We're going to really show the place off.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Lewis. This is great information. Thanks for opening this place.
That's
Wonderful.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
The neighborhood just got a little healthier with the goal of keeping you healthy too. You really need to see this place for yourself. I have. It's great. So be sure to stop by Metro Health's Middleburg Heights Health Center during their open house this coming Saturday. My thanks to Dr. Lewis for giving us a preview.
To make an appointment or to learn more about the Metro Health Middleburg Heights November Family Health Center, call 440-238-2124 or visit www.metrohealth.org. Want more Metro Health medical information? Be sure to tune in to WTAM 1100 Radio each Saturday morning at 7 for Metro Health and You, hosted by Dr. Christine Alexander. Next, retirement must-haves. But first, his band was always besieged by bubbles, but band leader Lawrence Welk would simply tap his baton to begin the beat, and all could count on him to say that famous phrase. Can you spell out his trademark tip-off for each tune? For a clue, you could take a peek at his car. He took musical license, and that's the key to the answer. We're all geared up to spell it out when we return.
Welcome to Breckenridge Village, a continuing care retirement community conveniently located in historic Willoughby, Ohio. Whether it's a luxury apartment, a spacious ranch home, or newly built brownstones, it's all here with the added security of knowing more care is available when you need it. Breckenridge Village offers an exciting and upbeat lifestyle, and the food is fabulous, and our staff makes you their #1 priority. Learn more about Breckenridge Village and come see our new Veal Wellness and Aquatic Center.
Lawrence Welk drove home his musical message by combining his car and his catchphrase. His vanity gave him the license to display his song-starting slogan, a 1 and a 2, on the plates of his car in California.
2 weeks ago, Rick Nye tackled tips for affirming up financial priorities for retirement. My mouth isn't working so well. Today we're going to finish his final 5 recommendations for getting our retirement right. Rick's the CEO and president of Nye Financial Group. Thanks for joining us, Rick.
Absolutely.
Okay, so on your last visit here, we talked about a number of things. Making sure we had enough income to live on, being prepared for emergencies, handling all of our legal concerns, making sure our spouse would have enough money if we go first, and making sure we protected enough money from the ups and downs of the stock market. What more do we need to do?
Well, we have to plan as if number 6 is to plan as if we were going to die tomorrow, or with equal emphasis, plan as if we were going to live forever. And
what's that mean?
Well, I like to have my clients take a snapshot of their situation as if they passed away tomorrow. What effects would that have on the spouse? What effects that has on their wishes as far as their inheritance and so forth? And, there may be liabilities, mortgages, other things that need to be taken care of. Life insurance comes into play. It's a little bit harder to plan as if we're going to live forever. Because obviously
I would think you'd need a little more money that way.
That's right. And one of the greatest fears that retirees have is outliving their assets. And so there needs to be, again, income is cash flow is king, as I mentioned in the earlier show, and it's important to establish, income that is unaffected by market risk, and many times income that can be guaranteed for life.
All right, let's take your 7th tip. This is, you can't, it actually expands on your earlier tip that you can't afford, that you have can't afford to lose money, that you put aside some money.
Right, well, identify the amount of money or assets that you can't afford to lose due to chronic illness. And that's very important because it's expensive. Long-term care can run anywhere from $6,000 to $9,000 a month, and it's important to address that.
So you have to have something set aside for that.
Exactly.
All right. Tip number 8. We think we have enough money, but inflation can occur, and then we don't have enough money.
Right. And how do you address that? Well, that's difficult, but there are certain investments that can help in inflationary times. You also, if you can, again, improve your cash flow to the extent of more than what you need, then that helps take care of the inflation.
All right. Tip number 9, and this is true for any investment at any time: know your tolerance for risk and invest accordingly.
Right. So many of my clients don't appreciate, or their memories. It tends to weaken on the downturns. They remember the upturns in the markets, but it's the downturns that we need to be concerned about, particularly when we're in retirement. We don't have a paycheck. We have to make our assets last.
One last one, and this is one everybody can understand and agree with: don't pay more taxes than you have to.
Exactly. And in addition to that, though, I try to coach my clients, don't pay any more taxes than you have to, but don't let the income tax tail wag the dog. Don't overemphasize taxes. Don't, for an example, if you have a stock and you feel it's a good time to sell it, for whatever reason, you sell it. Don't worry about the capital gains tax. Don't worry about the added income tax that an extra required distribution of your IRA may incur if you can use that to go have a cruise or go see your grandkids. So worry
Great
less
advice.
about the taxes, more about your retirement and your standard of living.
Good advice, Rick. Thank
Right.
you very much.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming out and finishing those top 10.
All right, thank you.
Rick's tips can help reduce your risks in retirement. I can't emphasize enough the importance of Rick's 10 retirement tips, all 10, 5 today, 5 a couple weeks ago. For more help, or if you want to get a copy of Rick's top 10 tips, give him a call. His number's up next.
To learn more, call the Nye Financial Group Incorporated at 1-800-837-8848 or log on to their website, www.nygroup.com. Next, declaring independence from your troubled teeth. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Here's a great reason to horse around. The Chagrin Valley Hunter Jumper Classic Horse Show is going on right now through July 20th. Enjoy horse jumping in 3 different arenas, performed by equestrians from our own area and all over the Americas. To learn more, hoof it to the phone and call 330-903-9915 or saddle up and ride the internet to www.clevelandhorseshow.com.
We already know that Dr. Marsh is a star behind the scenes in the dental office. But did you know he was also a front page star? It's true. Seated right here with me is the star of Angie's List latest bulletin. Right here, Dr. Marsh. He's consented to cancel all of his press conferences for today to tell us how we can smile like a celebrity too. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, but I think I appreciate it, but I think you overbuilt it. And that's not me on the, yeah,
me?
right.
Yeah, this isn't you. Oh, wait, but you've carefully marked where you are. I see it in there. So
actually, my staff was nice enough.
Oh,
to
all
do
right,
that.
all
Thank
right.
you.
But it does have "Get Ready to Smile" right on the cover, so that's referring to you.
Yeah, we were pleased. They called us one day and said they'd like to do an article on dentistry and makeovers, whether it's orthodontic or doing it with dental techniques, veneers, crowns, bonding, and they asked us to be a part of the magazine, so that was the June issue.
Now, does this go out to all 4 people who get it?
Actually, it's a couple million.
A couple million?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you are famous. What did you tell them?
I told them that there are options, including orthodontics and some of the things that we can do in dentistry today. And so I thought we'd bring some of the pictures that we use to illustrate what can be done in today's dentistry.
All right, so open up the article for us.
Okay, thank you. This is a patient who came to me, and he's a nurse. He's almost 50 years old. And Armin, he was one of those people who was very busy. And over the years, you see in the before picture, he has what we call a reverse smile. He has spaces. and he said he never really took the time to see what he could do. He actually saw us on Golden Opportunities, and we were able to do porcelain veneers. He wanted them very white. We reshaped the bottom teeth. So that was one technique. That was a porcelain veneer technique.
Okay.
Another porcelain veneer technique, this is someone, her problem was spacing, but also the teeth had darkened over the years. This is a woman in her late 60s, early 70s. Also an Angie's List member. And so we looked at that picture to see what we could do, and we used porcelain veneers there.
All right, you have another one for us?
Yeah, because another technique is bonding. So porcelain veneers cover over the front and the edge, but sometimes you don't need that much work, and we can do it much more quickly with bonding. This is a young lady who's in marketing, and she came to me about a month before her sister's wedding. She said she never smiled that much, very attractive woman, and so she said, what can you do in a month? So on the lower teeth, we reshaped them, nothing else, and you can see how nice and aligned they are in the upper. We did some bonding and reshaping and some gum contouring. This was another technique we talked about in Angie's List. And here's a combination of the veneers and bonding. This is a patient, Armin, who's in the newspaper business. She said when she was meeting, she refused to smile because of that crown that was put on about 20 years ago. It was a porcelain metal, and now we went with a combination of crowns and veneers and bonding that gave her that beautiful smile. I did want to mention implants because we touched on it in the article. This woman had had some dental work done 25 years ago. She lost those front 2 teeth. They had root canals. She had been in an accident. You can actually see the during shows you the implants placed into the bone. That was done by a periodontist. And now you can see we've restored those teeth with implant crowns and some veneers on the associated teeth to give her a beautiful smile. So you can use all those things, and that was what we were able to emphasize in the article.
It's hard to believe you got all those pictures into this. I thought we'd need a whole book for that.
Not all the pictures made it in, but it was a nice way to show beyond orthodontics what else general dentists can do for you.
That's great. Thank you, Steve. Great information.
My pleasure.
Angie's List may have discovered that Steve is a great dentist, but he's been at the top of our list for years. To give your smile a starring role in your life, give Angie's List star Dr. Marsh a call. His number's next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, on your mark, get set, go to the Senior Olympics. It's time to get up and go, an exercise minute on Golden Opportunities.
Hello everybody, I'm Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and today we're here to show you how to do a squat and press. This is an excellent exercise that's going to work the whole body all in one movement. How's that sound?
Great.
Great. All right. We're going to start standing with our feet shoulder width apart. We want to make sure we maintain good posture here. What we're going to do is we're simply going to squat down to about a 90-degree angle. As we come up, we're going to do a curl, and then we're going to press it above the head. Okay, let's do it again just a little bit faster. Squat down, bring it up, curl, and press. That's 1 repetition. We're looking for 12 to 15 repetitions and at least 2 to 3 sets. Slow and controlled, push through your hips, no quick movements. How do you feel?
I'm doing more than you.
Yeah, you are. Look at that.
Look at this.
Excellent job. Keep your back straight. You're getting good. Uh-oh. All right, everybody, 12 to 15. And now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, please send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 23240 Chagrin Boulevard, Suite 450, Beechwood, Ohio, 44122.
In just a few weeks, athletes of a certain age will take over our town to celebrate the 2013 National Senior Games. And whether you're running in a race or supporting from the sidelines, your experience is sure to be a winner. Rachel Stentz-Bacher and Jane Fumick are here to help us count down to the competition. Rachel's the Director of Programming and Development for the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission, and Jane's the Director of the Cleveland Department of Aging. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Rachel, we'll start with you. Is this an Olympic-size event?
It is. We are so excited. The Greater Cleveland Sports Commission's mission is to bring events to town for the purpose of economic development or economic impact. And this is like the biggest event we could hope to host. We are looking forward to having 10,500 athletes from all 50 states over the age of 50 come to Cleveland to compete. They're competing in one of 19 sports, so there are 19 different sports that are taking place. And they are also expected to bring an additional 18,000 friends and family with them. And then this event altogether is expected to have a $35 million economic impact on the city. So
great.
It costs about $4 million to run, but it's a $35 million return on investment, which is great.
Is this the first time that we've hosted this event?
It is. This event happens every other year, and we won the bid to host this event back in 2007. But we were lucky enough last year to host the Ohio Senior Olympics, so we got a little taste of what we're in for. It was a great test run for us. But this is the first time the National Senior Games will be in Cleveland.
The games will promote health and fitness for seniors, but Jane, turning to you, Cleveland's no stranger to doing that. We've had an annual senior walk for 10 years or so. This is the first time it's part of a big athletic event.
Yes, we are absolutely delighted to have the Cleveland Senior Walk this year, affiliated with the National Senior Games. The walk is Thursday, July 25th. It will be on Mall C downtown, and that's across from the new Cleveland Convention Center.
Great.
And it's a 1 to 2 mile fun walk, and we encourage folks throughout the community to come on down and join us.
So people can come down, and then there's things going on even after the walk is over.
Absolutely. Because it's right across the street from the Cleveland Convention Center, and that is where the Athletes Village is for the National Senior Games, there's all sorts of things happening there after the walk.
Is this the walk that we're looking at, or what is this?
This was a walk from last year.
Oh, great.
Yes, the senior walk from last year. We are hoping to have thousands of seniors participate, but after the walk they can go to the convention center and listen to the top swing band. Then there are also events taking place for the games. I believe there's badminton and volleyball and basketball taking place that day, and some shuffleboard, and lots of booth and free giveaways for seniors.
And there's all kinds of more sporting events, actual events going on.
Absolutely. Like I said, there are 19 different sports. So in addition to the sports Jane mentioned, we also have tennis, softball, pickleball. I don't know if you've ever heard of pickleball.
Nope.
It's a fantastic sport. Seniors really enjoy pickleball. Horseshoes, badminton, and the list goes on and on. So as Jane mentioned, the convention center, though, is the hub of activity for the games, and so you're all invited to come down.
And then there's some special activities as well.
Yes, there are. There are a number of free special events associated with the games. There's an opening festival on July 19th on Mall B, right outside the convention center. Our celebration of athletes will take place on July 26th at Quicken Loans Arena. That's like our big opening ceremony, and that's free as well. There are a lot of really fun activities.
Should be a great opportunity.
We hope everybody joins
for
us.
our viewers to come and watch, and for all of Cleveland. Thank you both very much. Thanks for all your hard work to bring it here. From the lighting of the torch to the closing ceremonies, the National Senior Games is not to be missed. And that especially includes the Cleveland Senior Walk. To find out all the details, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Rachel and Jane. They are a winning combination.
For more information about the 2013 National Senior Games, call this hotline, 216-479-6345, or click to www.cleveland2013.com. Next, a little-known technique to get extra cash.
Sometimes it's about beating the clock. Sometimes it's about beating fate. And sometimes it's about beating the unimaginable. But there's one opponent our team loves to beat more than any other. We love beating the odds. We are the Metro Health System. We are the proud sponsor of the comeback.
You need cash quickly, maybe for a major home repair, to help out a child, or for a medical emergency. Is there any place to go for a low-cost loan? The best answer may be to tap your 401k or 403b. To fill us in on the pros and the cons is my proficient law partner, Mike Solomon. Thanks for joining us today. So we can borrow from our 401k or our 403b?
Yeah, typically you can. You're allowed to borrow up to half the account balance, up to $50,000 under the tax laws. If the plan allows you to do it, you could do that.
And the loan is low cost?
Yes, typically, you pay it over 5 years, relatively low interest, and the better thing, or the great thing about it, is you're paying yourself. So you're paying interest to your 401k account or your 403b so that keeps the cost down for you.
All right. So since the cost is so low, can I borrow from my 401k to pay off high-interest credit card loans, for example?
Yes, they don't care what you borrow it for. So you can borrow the money, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and then pay yourself back over 5 years into the plan at a relatively low interest rate, yes.
All right, so you borrow, you pay yourself back, it's a low interest rate anyhow. Those are all pros. There's always cons. There's always something negative.
Well, there's a potential lost opportunity. If you're borrowing the money from the plan, let's say you had your 401k plan sell some stocks, and those stocks zoom up in value, then you lost that opportunity to make a lot more money.
Zoom up in value after you sold it.
After you sold it. So you've lost that opportunity. You've taken the money out, and you lost that growth of the stock, and you're paying yourself back at a low interest rate.
Is that the only con? The only negative?
There's one other one. If you don't pay the loan back, if you don't follow the rules, then all that loan is going to be deemed income to you, and you're going to pay income tax on it. And if you're under 59.5, not only do you pay income tax, you pay a 10% penalty. So that's pretty much of a disaster. So you've got to pay it back, or you're going to have a lot of income tax.
And you
problems.
said when you say pay it back, that you've got 5 years to pay it back.
That's right. If you're working for your employer, they're going to take a certain amount out of your paycheck, each paycheck over that 5-year period, and you'll pay it back.
Can you pay it back earlier if you get the money from someplace else?
You can always pay it back earlier. You just can't pay it back later.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Great information. Another source for emergency cash if we need it.
Yes.
You're always better growing your 401k for retirement. You're always better off. But if you're desperate for cash, though, borrowing from a 401k may be a smart option. Before you take a loan, though, make sure you'll be able to pay it back on time. Otherwise, that loan could become terribly costly. Now, if you have any questions, give Mike a call, and we'll be back.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com.
Thanks for joining us today. On next week's show, are you really ready for retirement? We'll help you create a list to keep your new life of leisure lucrative. We'll map out the means for protecting yourself from melanoma. And is your home just ho-hum? You can liven up your living space with tips from our mini makeover. Now, until next week, though, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.